Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for this chance. And direct to the point, I have listened to the CS, and there is actually no space in his speech about the view of Kenyans. I'm yet to meet one single Kenyan who is in support of having this quarantine in Kenya, Honorable Speaker. And it is important for the government to know that the government exists for the welfare of Kenyans. And Kenyans know when their space is being cropped, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the US budget in terms of health is 860 times ours. Their technology is better in all respects, including biotech, Honorable Speaker. They have better capacity to handle these kind of issues than Kenya. Honorable Speaker, while the CS is here, I would request him. Kenyans have spoken in one voice. We do not want that facility of Ebola here in Kenya. Please listen to the Kenyan voices. And Honorable Speaker, as the CS is here, the CS should actually bite himself and the obligations to what the Kenyans are looking forward to. Lastly, Honorable Speaker, in terms of the fragility of our health sector, and also listening to some officials from the US proclaiming clearly that they do not want any case of Ebola in their country, how reckless would the government be in doing exactly the same that which the country that is the US do not want in their soil? As Kenyans, we refuse. The government must listen to Kenyans and desist from having this quarantine in Kenya.
Yes, Mama Zamzam.
Asante Mheshimiwa Speaker, na mimi pia niweze kumwelezea waziri. Ndio, Ebola na kujitayarisha ni kitu kizuri sana, kwa sababu hawa ni majirani zetu, wengine wanatuuzia kahawa umumu, wengine wanafanya nini, lakini iwe ni kama kukinga wa Kenya peke yake, waziri. Lakini waziri, ikiwa, na mimi nataka niwaambie hata wale wabunge walikuwa hapa, kwa sababu inasemekana hiyo ilipita hapa bunge hapa, na Ndindi Nyoro ulikuwa hapa kwa hii bunge. Kwa hiyo ni vitu ambavyo mngeweza kukataa wakati ule, ili isiweze kupita mumpatie rais wakati mgumu. Waziri, mimi napenda kusema tu, kama Mwamerika amekataa kule kwake, hapa Kenya tukubali, na nasikia katika counties 20 ambao walikuwa wamekubali, Mombasa ilikuwa moja wao. Kama mama Mombasa, sitaki kuona mzungu kule anatibiwa Ebola. Iwe kama itajengwa ni ya kuangalia watu wetu peke yake, waziri. Sisi ni kitu kizuri na tuna support kama tuwe na preparedness. Manake sisi ni majirani, huwezi jua, na wanasema ina spray na unyevunyevu, either through sex ama maji ama mate. Hizo vitu tumesikia. Lakini sasa huwezi jua kitu yote za kutokea, Mheshimiwa Speaker, kitu chochote chaweza kutokea. Na ikitokea iwe ni sisi wa Kenya peke yetu, isiwe kuwa ni mtu mwingine anakuja kutibiwa hapa, waende kwao ama warudi Kongo, kule walipata ugonjwa watibiwe Kongo. Asante sana Speaker.
Yes, Ichungwa.
Honorable Speaker, first I don't know whether Honorable Zamzam, but the Deputy Speaker tells me Honorable Zamzam is actually right, because the Minister did speak about...
But that's what the Minister said.
Bodily fluids.
She simply said what the Minister said.
So bodily fluids could be transmitted in many ways.
The Minister didn't speak in such good Swahili, or at all.
So thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, let me first begin by thanking the Minister for this statement, because as Honorable Sarah Korere has said, is indeed very elaborate. And also to note, Honorable Speaker, that at the time this agreement was tabled in this House, I highly suspect the Honorable Aden Duale, as leader of majority, is the one who tabled this report in 2015. And the subsequent one tabled in 2022 was tabled by the Honorable Kimunya, my predecessor, as leader of majority. And it is true that the agreement between the Republic of Kenya and the United States was tabled, debated, and ratified by this House. Therefore, even as we speak, I know there's a temptation, Honorable Speaker, to speak to the gallery. And I wanted to begin by asking the CS to clarify just one thing that he has already said in his statement, but which many of us probably did not hear, or we have blocked our ears from hearing it, And because I have the privilege of having a copy of this statement here, Honorable Speaker, the CS did state that the proposed Ebola treatment and isolation unit at the Laikipia Air Base is part of the 23 similar units to be established in the country as part of our preparedness and response. So I would want first CS clarify to us and to the country that we are not establishing one isolation center at Laikipia Air Base. The one at Laikipia Air Base is one amongst 23 others. Two honorable CS, including some of the ones, the minister did name a few, including one in Busia, was it Alupe or somewhere?
Order. Gone.
Two, Honorable Speaker, I want the minister to clarify to us and to the country something again that he has said in this statement, that this isolation center is not being established for foreigners exclusively. The minister has said that we have 2 Kenyan banks with Kenyans, our sons and daughters working in the DRC, some in Uganda. We have 450 of our armed men, our armed officers, who have given their lives to protect our lives in this country and the region, our region of peace. Should any of those 450 of our officers, our sons and daughters in DRC, God forbid, catch the Ebola virus, where shall we take them? Do we take them to America? Do we leave them to die in the Congo forest? Or do we establish isolation centers as any responsible government and administration would do to make sure that should you, Honorable Speaker, this weekend, I traveled to Rwanda. Honorable Speaker, I traveled to Rwanda as a Kenyan.
Yes, Millie, what is
Any
the point
other
of order?
Kenyan would have traveled to Congo.
Yes, Millie.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker, I had to interrupt the majority leader, especially now that I'm in leadership of the broad-based. But I'm just wondering, is the honorable member in order to imply that the United States of America is irresponsible by not setting up their own facilities in America, because Kenya is responsible setting up one in Kenya? Are you in order implying that America is responsible by not setting up in their own country when they are a superpower and we are a minion power? Are you, even Honorable Buru is still looking for power and you are bringing, are you suggesting that America is irresponsible by any chance?
Honorable Millie, are you saying that America is incapable of being irresponsible?
Mr. Speaker, I am actually asking for clarification. I am not saying, yes. Mr. Speaker, I plead the 5th Amendment. I just want to know from the...
Okay.
Honorable Speaker, in direct response to my sister, Honorable Millie, I am very well versed with our standing orders. I would never allude to the irresponsibility of a friendly nation on the floor of this House. I will not do that. But my point was, Honorable Speaker, back to my point, that as a responsible country, should we or should we not have isolation centers? Because this disease, we can't run away from the fact that it is there, and it is there in our neighborhood, in this region. Therefore, the question that I wanted the CS to clarify,
yes.
And I'm saying this, Honorable Speaker, deliberately in a leading manner, so that the CS clarifies for us and for the nation, this isolation center, from what I read in his statement, you know, Honorable Speaker, the problem is that members don't listen, like the member for Aldai is making noise and distracting me. And that is why maybe we may have missed some of the issues the CS has said. Because my understanding, and that is the clarification I sought, was that this isolation center is for preparedness, even to cater for Kenyans who may catch the disease, whether it is a staff of KCB, Equity Bank, or one of our armed officers who are working in DRC. Should they catch the disease, for instance, the military, the natural thing would be, if I was the commander-in-chief or the CDF, airlift anyone in an isolated manner to the airbase, to the isolation center there, to be treated there. But a truck driver, Honorable Speaker, who
Senator,
catches the disease in DRC, in Goma, and probably is detected at the Busia border. Is there a facility at the Busia border? Because I have read about the laboratory testing there. Maybe amongst the 23, the CS should also clarify, where are these other 23 centers to be established? Do we have them around the border with Uganda and where the trucks are passing, both legal and the illegal crossings? Because I see in the statement he's spoken about the legal crossings. But there are also illegal border points. What are we doing? Lastly, CS, on your preparedness, you have spoken about the contact tracing. We're at about 100%, 87% on laboratory readiness, rapid response teams at 90%, infection prevention and control at 56%. But you have also told us that we have kits for the first 200 suspected cases. And that is where preparedness comes in, Honorable Speaker, and I hope the CS can tell us, have you then prepared? Because I've also seen your request. You are saying the first 100 cases will cost about 2.686 billion. Is this money already provided for in the budget? Or should we, as we go to the budget process, now factor additional resources for this preparedness for Ebola? Because the first 200, if we learned anything from COVID, to get from 0 to 1,000 cases would take less than 3-4 weeks. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, I will just seek those clarifications. And Honorable Speaker, let me just close by saying this. Ebola is a dangerous disease from what we have seen. But as a country, we must be prepared. And those isolation centers ought to be there, but they cannot be exclusively for others to use without Kenyans. And I think that's the very critical clarification. Because, Honorable Speaker, you know, in closing, this country, as Michael Joseph once told us, we have peculiar habits. Now, as politicians, many of us are very good experts in Ebola. And many Kenyans, almost all Kenyans now are experts in Ebola. Let us hear from the experts, including the doctors here.
Waziri, let him respond to those. But before that, Minister, allow me to acknowledge your children from Starehe, Nairobi, Gijiwe Methodist Fellowship from South Imenti, Meru, and Githurai Mixed School, Ruiru, Kiambu. On my behalf and on behalf of the House, we welcome the students, their teachers, and those accompanying them to Parliament. Minister, you can proceed to respond. Thereafter, we'll take another round, which will be the last one.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I am ready to answer the valid questions by our honorable members, my colleagues. But Honorable Speaker, we are dealing with a very abnormal situation. And I want the House to look at the Public Health Act, Section 35 and Section 36. That mandates the Ministry of Health to take all the necessary action to protect and safeguard the safety of our citizens, our visitors, and all those who live within the borders of our country from any of the infectious diseases.